You told me to take things slow, but now I don't know which way to go. You tear me up, up, then you fix me up, all for fun. You tear me up, up, then you fix me up, all for fun. The games that you play, you're making me sway. Up, down, down, up, down, down, up and down again. The things that you say, it's making me gray. Up, down, down, up, down, down, up and down again.
G'day guys, welcome to this week's episode. This one is, I'm so bloody excited to bloody give you this, I don't know. G'day guys, welcome to this week's episode. You can see behind me, I've got the big Seajay 750 Pursuit GSX. We're going to do a full walk around of this bloody ripper. Let's go. Rightio, in good old fashion, let's start our way from the front, work our way through, and then we'll go to the outside. So up the front here is the Saka anchor. That thing there is designed to dig in, hold this boat. If it drops the wrong way, it's got the little tumbler to put it upright to make sure that it is digging in and saving you from floating away. Attached to that is the stress-free winch. These things are bloody amazing. I no longer have to pull the winch up, hit a button in the cab, she drops down, hit a button in the cab, she pops on up. Stress-free, because they are literally bloody stress-free, especially when you got kids and they want to stop in a million different places. Alongside that, I've gone for an electric motor. This one hooks up with all of my stuff inside, all my sounder and all of that. It is the Garmin Kraken. This thing, 7.5 metre boat, can hold in strong winds, hold this boat on anchor lock no matter what. It is an absolute game changer. It's one of my favourite things actually, because I was sick of missing the drift all the time when we were deep sea dropping. And this thing here, you get to the spot, you lock it on, and you just sit there catching fish for as long as you need to. If you're going to build a boat, I would really highly recommend to chuck an electric motor on, and these Garmin Krakens, they're bloody brilliant. On the front here, we've got the sea deck on the front to make it a little less slippery. You can stand up here, you can cast, you're not going to burn your feet, you're not going to go arse over tit. And then we've got the front hatch window. Now this window opens up and the breeze just flows on through there. It's like an aircon. Definitely need front hatches on a boat with front cab. All right, moving to the top of the roof, and we have on a built-up bracket, so you can add more stuff in there, i.e. like a light bar or anything like that, and you're not drilling into your roof. We've got the AM/FM aerial and the VHF aerial, pretty stock standard on all boats. Sitting just behind that, we have two roof hatches. Now, being in an enclosed cab, having those roof hatches up just brings in more air as you're driving and as you're fishing. Must have if you've got an enclosed cab. Just makes the world of difference. In the middle we have the Yamaha Autopilot that comes with the Yamaha engine. That thing there is amazing. You hit holding and it just holds that line no matter what the seas are. It just holds you in a straight line all the way through. Don't have to look after the steering wheel. You just got to sit back, make sure you're not going to hit anything. Bloody awesome bit of kit. Sitting pride in the center of the roof is of course the 150 watt solar panel. That trickle feeds through the red arc system and goes into the house battery and the starter battery. Keeps them charged up when we need it. Behind that one we've got anchor lights and have 8 rod holders on the rocket launcher, and as you know, rod storage is a must. So 8 of them up there does the trick. On the sides of the roof is obviously the grab handles. 100% you need them. As you're walking along, the boat's rocking, you need something to hold on to. Get you from the front to the back nice and safe. Moving on from the roof, I reckon we head into the cab and have a look at inside. Alright, so having 3 kids, and we're going to use this boat to go island hopping, go camping, all of that sort of stuff. We opted for the front cab. The front cab, I slept in it all the way. So I towed this boat all the way from Queensland back to WA. And I slept in the front of the cab every single night that I was doing it. And surprisingly, it's actually not too bad. It's pretty comfortable. Just done an island trip the other day. So this boat, we've used it half a dozen times. So it's probably not looking as new as what it was when I first picked it up. But it's done a lot of kilometres, and we've used it a half a dozen times in the water. Front cab, so inside you could probably sleep 3 people comfortably, as in 1 adult, 2 kids, or 2 kids and 1 adult. And then enough deck space out there to have a swag, or if you want to camp on the islands, you can take your swags out there. Plenty of room for swag storage. So yeah, moving into the front cab here, it's obviously got the infill for the middle where you can turn it into a full bed, or you can take that infill out and just have it as a walk-in with seating around it. Underneath the left-hand side of the cab is the 50-litre water bladder. So that's fresh water bladder. If you want to have a shower on your boat, you can wash yourself. Bloody a must-have is fresh water on a boat. It is just unbelievable. The 2 front pockets on the underneath the seats there, they are for storage, so you can store life jackets or whatever you want in there. And then moving around to the other side, the big pocket there underneath the seat, that has my 36-volt lithium battery that controls, that powers the Garmin Kraken electric motor. So that system is all on its own. Nothing charges that battery. I've got a separate charger that I plug in at home and charge that battery up. So I just need to make sure that I am on top of that and it doesn't go flat on me out in the water. Also inside there is shelving on both sides that wrap around the front. So if you've got any of the stuff that you want to keep extra dry, that can all go up there. It's all lined and protected beautifully, but no water gets in there, which is bloody fantastic. In between the seats is the sea deck again, and it's got the 2 bungs in there, so if you have to wash it out for any reason, you can wash it out and the 2 bungs, undo them, and all the water goes through out to the back of the boat. That is a must on a cabin boat. You have to have somewhere for the water to drain. I've seen some boats where they haven't, and it turns into a bit of a disaster.
Especially when Lonnie spewed in there the other day.
especially when a kid spews up. Just outside the door is the Red Arc control panel. So that one there controls obviously the solar input and then distributes it to however I set it up. So at the moment it's 50-50, 50 for the starter, 50 for the house batteries, that the solar will charge up. Now I'm going to change that setting so that it's more on the house batteries than the starter, because obviously the engine charges up the starter motor, the starter battery anyway. So Red Arc system, everybody knows Red Arc, great systems, proven, can't go wrong. Eventually down the track, what we're going to do is get a toilet and put it in the middle of the seats inside the front there. So having a wife and 2 beautiful girls, they need to go to the toilet somewhere. So we're going to get a toilet, pop it in there, and yeah, makes life a little bit easier for them while we're out.
If you ever get invited on the boat. Getting a bit sweaty? Alright, go.
Alright, so where we are at the moment, it's probably about 75% humidity. It's 35 to 40 degrees, so I'm sweating like bullets. Opened up all the windows and the roof hatches while we're in here just to keep ourselves cool. But moving in, so as you can see, 1-piece front glass. That is It has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. Advantages, obviously, one piece, you can see everything, nothing in your way, no little rails or anything like that. Disadvantage, you don't have that little window in the middle that you can pop open and have that breeze flow through. So it's a much of a muchness. I really like the full piece with the roof hatches and the 2 windows. We're surviving, but I mean, when it's hot, it's hot. Moving to the top of the cab, we've got the VHF radio mounted up here, all nice and neat, and on the other side is the Fusion stereo. The Fusion stereo's got a couple of speakers just inside the cab here, and yeah, it's AM FM radio, Bluetooth, all of the works, just a stock standard, so works really well, especially when the beers are flowing and the fish are coming on board. Front of the passenger seat, got the trusty old glove box. Store your wallets, Garmin Kraken controller, first aid kit, and all your keys and stuff like that once you're in the boat. Each side of the cab, next to the chairs, we have these handy storage compartments. You can store a lot in there. I store the covers off the screens and water bottles and whatnot, just for easy access, just in and out. Moving into the electronics, so we've gone for dual Garmin GPS map 8412 XSV. It's a bloody mouthful, let me tell you. 2 12-inch screens, slimline, built in so that they are fitted flush. No mounts sticking out, no mounts on top of the blocking your windscreen. They fit in the console panel perfectly. Underneath that, we are running that's the Yamaha controller for the autopilot. So yeah, it's pretty basic, pretty simple, but it gets the job done, and that's what you want, nice and easy. We've got a 12-volt charger and 2 5-volt USB chargers, and of course the control center for the Yamaha motor. So that one there, it's the 3rd little screen, and that one there gives me all the details of the engine, and it is bloody precise, let me tell you. I've tested it out a few times, and the information that it gives you is next level. Like, alright, so moving on to the controller of the stress-free winch. Now that thing there, it's pretty simple. It's got a big breaker in the middle. You can switch that off so that the anchor can't accidentally be pushed. No power getting to it. You flick that breaker back up, you've got full control. You've got up, down, you've got free fall on, free fall off. So yeah, you push it down, get the anchor going, hit free fall, she drops all the way to the bottom of the ocean. Makes life a hell of a lot easier, like I said up the front. Underneath is the key and the dead man switch. To the right of the steering wheel, we have all of our switches. So we've got cockpit lights, anchor lights, nav lights, deck lights, underwater lights. We've got the saltwater pump, the freshwater pump, and then our power to our Anderson plugs on either side of the gunnels for our electric reels. Bilge pumps controlled there, and then of course the controller for the engine. So it's I mean, the system hasn't changed in many of years, except it's more electronic now. So you've got the throttle controller, which you can push up and down, the tiller controller, which brings your motor up and down, and then it's got little buttons underneath that to me make life a bloody hell of a lot easier. You can set your speed, you can set your RPM and just leave it there, and then you just control it by button rather than trying to move the throttle up and down. You know how hard that can be in swell. Start, stop, and also trim assist, which is bloody good. I'm also running, what are they?
What are they called, babe?
Bloody trim tabs.
Okay, go.
Trim tabs. Alright, so just above all my switches, I'm also running Electro Tab trim tabs. Okay, so just above all the switches, I've got the Electro Tab trim tabs. The controls are pretty simple. Bow down, bow up, port side, starboard side. They're not automatic. I do have to control them by hand, and it is a little bit hard. Or it's not a little bit hard. It's a little bit to get used to, especially never having trim tabs before. But they work great, especially when there's more than 2 people in the boat. So yeah, trim tabs.
Trim tabs.
Trim tabs. Trim tabs. So we are running the Pursuit GSX seating. It's got obviously the seat that swivels all the way around 360. It's got the cushion on the front that you can have as sitting down, pop it up, have it so that you're sitting up a lot higher, or standing up leaning against it as a bit of a backrest. You've also got the foot pedal, the footrest in front of you, that is covered with the sea deck as well. Behind each seat is a cushion for somebody to sit down on. Now integrated into both of these seats is tackle box holders, so I don't have to have them in my drawers or anything like that. I've got them tucked away there and I can just grab them out straight away. Underneath the passenger one, I have got a full fridge slide, so about a 40 litre fridge can fit in there. Plug it in with the Anderson plug and it'll run cold for days. Pull the slide out, open her up, and happy days. Nice cool beer, nice fresh food. On the other side, I have 3 very, very deep drawers, long drawers I should say. It's perfect for all storage. That is going to come in handy, let me tell you. Moving down towards the back of the boat, each side of the gunnels, they have a beautiful cushion. So when you are fishing, you're leaning against a nice cushion rather than leaning against the side of the boat and you get sore legs. Cushions on the side is what makes a comfy fishing trip. Underneath, obviously, 2 little storage bays. You can fit your spear guns, anything you want inside those storage compartments. So on the port side, I have the freshwater hose with the gun, and on the back of it I have the saltwater gun. So if we need to wash down the deck, obviously I'm using the saltwater, and if I want to have a shower I'm using the freshwater. But it's full storage in there. Underneath both of the gunnels, above the storage area, I've got LED lights spread all the way along, so that at night time you turn them on, you can still see what you're grabbing, you can still see the flooring, you're not going to fall and slip. And at the front and the rear of the fishing deck, I've got a 12 volt Anderson plug. So I've got 4 Anderson plugs for the electric reel. Sitting alongside each of the rod holders, so we've got 3 rod holders on each side, I've got drink holders. So you can have your water bottle, you can have your beers, you can have your cool drink, waters, whatever. Just makes it handy as you're fishing. You've got your drink sitting right there, nowhere searching when you hook up. Moving to the floor. This floor, once you've got sea deck on a boat, trust me, you will never go back. The comfort level is bloody amazing, and it cleans up reasonably well. So you spray, you get blood on there after killing a fish, spray it down with the salt water deck, wash, and bloody Bob's your uncle. She's clean. On the starboard side, we have our water washer bottle. So we've got a front windscreen wiper, and it's got a little bottle there that's full of fresh water that you spray the window with to get rid of the salt residue. At the back of the starboard side, underneath the gunnels, is the fuel bowl. So you can see the fuel, and you can see if there's any water or anything potentially in there. It's got the primer in there as well, which is a really handy place to have it so that you can see what's going on if there's any issues. Moving to the back, we have our battery isolators. So we've got the starter the starter battery isolator and the house battery isolator. Now if for some reason your starter does go flat, we've got a switch in the middle that joins them all together, and you'll be able to get your boat started so you can get back safely, which is a bloody good safety feature because you don't want flat batteries while you're out in the ocean. Sitting just above the battery isolators is the live water tank. So it's got a nice clear glass that you can see in there. The pump fills it full of water, and then it just overflows out the back through the designated holes to keep that water fresh, keeping your bait live and fresh, ready to go. Even if you catch some squid, you don't want to kill them straight away, you don't have anywhere to store them, fill it up with water, chuck the squid in there, and it'll just circulate through and keep those squid alive. Underneath is a compartment. That's where the batteries are housed. So we've got 3 compartments. We've got the the 3 batteries in the big one. The one next to it is access. You can store stuff in there, but that's where all the wires run through. And the last smaller one, again, is just access into the wires, the pumps, and some fuses underneath there as well. So that's all locked up, waterproof, and sealed up so that no water gets in there. Moving above the batteries, we've got this handy little drawer. So you can store all your stuff in there, like your fish grips, your pliers, your scissors, while you're traveling around. I got sinkers in there, I've got some lures in there that I need on hand, just so that they don't get lost, and it's nice and easy. And then of course above that is the bait board. So it comes with two levels underneath, more storage. Above it, it comes with a custom cutting board that's designed to fit in there and still drain water out. It's got a little latch that locks in, and then we've got 2 drink holders on there as well. We've got another 4 rod storage areas in the smaller rocket launcher, you could call it. In the middle is a little area that you can hold all your scissors and your pliers. So when you're on your go, you've got all that stuff right there. You don't have to keep opening and closing the drawer. It all slides in nice and easy, and on both sides 2 knife holders so that your knives are off the deck and safely stored away. So with this hull and this boat, Seajay have designed an awesome hull. They've been building it for many of years, and you know, the way it rides, they say it's an aluminium boat that rides like a fiberglass boat, and to be honest with you, I can't deny that. Like, I've been out in some pretty rough seas where we live, and I can hold it at 20 knots and just bounce through those bloody waves without even feeling them. But in saying that, it is a self-draining deck. So at the rear, it's got 2 little flaps that are held closed with a bit of bungee cord, and then when your boat gets some water in there, or you've washed some stuff down, that just flows on out. When the water comes back up, it closes them up, no water comes in. Great design. I love a self-draining deck. My old man's got one, and that's what I've grown up on, and it just makes life a hell of a lot easier. Well, let's move to the power of this bloody boat. Powered by Yamaha. Yamaha engines are world renowned. Reliability, quality, you name it. Like the technology that they're putting into these motors as well is bloody next level. We've got the 300 horsepower V6 4.2 litre, and not only is she quiet out on the water, but man, she has got some get up and go. When I floor it in this boat, it just picks up and it goes. I had the choice of either a 1-300 on this boat or 2 150s, and with the reliability of these motors, especially Yamaha motors, I was like, I'm just going to go for the big girl. I don't want twin motors. It costs me more in services, costs me more in maintenance, costs me more all around, especially when you live remote like what we do. So I've opted for the big 300 horsepower Yami, and man, I do not regret it at all. It's not underpowered, it's not overpowered, she's just right. The trips that I've done so far, I've done over 100 kilometers in the water, and she's averaging about 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 liters per 100 Ks, per kilometer, which is great economy. So went out to the islands and we did 200 kilometers and used like 160 liters of fuel, which is bang on. Now, talking of fuel, inside the boat, inside the hull, we have a 450 litre tank. So 450 litres is going to get me a bloody long way, let me tell you. If I did 200 kilometres the other day and only used 160 litres, just imagine how far we can actually go. So yeah, 450 litre tank, insane. What can I say? I'm so excited to be able to get out there and use this thing. At the rear, we've got the door. Just makes it a little bit safer, especially when you've got a young one like I do. You can lock that door up and she can't get in and out. We've got the ladder that swings up and down to get in and out of the boat. The only probably thing that I don't like about the ladder, it probably just needs one more rung on it. Just makes it a little bit hard to get in and out sometimes. But if that's all I've got to complain about, then we're on a winning boat here, aren't we? Obviously the trim tabs tucked in underneath, and the LED lights, the water lights, underwater lights there. It's got a bung for inside the fuel tank. The fuel tank is it's got its own little fuel tank inside the bunded area. So if any water or any fuel, if the fuel tank cracks, for example, not that it ever will, but if it does leak, I can keep that drain closed. When I get back to shore, I can undo that bung, drain all the fuel out and get it fixed. So it's got its own separate little compartment inside the fuel tank to keep it bunded and safe. And then underneath that bung is obviously the main bung for the boat, and I had no water in it so far. I've taken it out after every single trip and not a drop of water comes out of it. So the transducer that's on this boat is the Garmin GT51. I might update that to the 1 kilowatt leading into the future, but for now that one there is working okay. So yeah, the GT51 Garmin transducer that sits on the starboard side. The back of the boat is all checker plate, and it's nice and neat with these new engines. Only one cord in, one cord out, so you can walk in and around that engine, no worries at all. On the starboard side we have the fuel breather, which sits at the back of the boat. Just in front of that is the bilge pump exit, so it all gets pumped out through the side here, rather than at the back and all over the motor and stuff like that. Now the big 750 Pursuit is sitting on an easy tow trailer, full aluminium. It's got torsion suspension. They've put the sea deck over the wheel arches, so if you ever need to step on them, it's not going to be slippery. It's a drive on, drive off trailer. It's got a really heavy duty winch on it, and yeah, it's got the spare wheel. The spare wheel has bearings, the brakes, all ready to go. So it's got a full hub assembly that if anything happens, I can just pull that straight off and whack it straight on. It's got the oversized bearings on there. They're like 4.5 ton bearings, greasable, which makes life a hell of a lot easier. Electric over hydraulic brake system, and it's got a 70mm ball coupling, so she ain't going anywhere. The ride home from Bundaberg to here, she towed magnificent.
What was towing it?
Now of course, yeah, when you got an F350 it tows really well anyway. So the outside of the boat, as you can see, she's a beautiful grey colour for a base coat. Then I've got it wrapped on the sides. I've tried to match it with the colour of my car. I just wanted it plain, I wanted it simple. I didn't want any fancy little pictures on there, and I think it's turned out bloody brilliant. Mate, it's like when you've got one of those nice cars and you walk off and you turn around and you've got to have a second look at it. I have 3, 4, 5 looks at it. I drive past it and I just got to keep looking at it. But we don't have a name for the boat. If anybody comes up with a good name, we'll sort something out for you. I don't know what we can do, but I need a name for the boat. I got no idea what to call it. So if you've got a good name, drop it in the comments and we'll see who gets a good name. Well, that is the Seajay Plate Boat Extreme 750 Pursuit GSX walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, you want to know any information about it, let me know. A massive thank you to Troy and Brooke at Seajay Boats, Gary Fitzgerald at Seajay Boats. Dealing with these guys was bloody easy. We talked about it, we designed it, and it come to reality, and it has blown my socks off. So a huge thank you to Seajay Boats. Working with you guys has just been a bloody dream, because I've never built a boat from brand new, and this one here, it seems pretty easy. So thanks guys. Any questions, let us know. We'll do our best to answer them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out in the water. Woo!
Whispering soft, alluring signs, wrapping you around my finger. finger, gently touch, full of spell, blinding you into another, sneaking around, hunt and pray to find me another lover. Behind closed doors, an empty space, we're in a secret love encounter. I'm a lonely, hard feline. I take what's mine, then I leave behind. I'm a lonely, hard feline.
I take what's mine and I leave behind.
Save your breath, don't waste your words. I'm gone before the night is over. Don't lose your faith, keep it straight. I'm nothing like any other. I'm a lonely, hard feline. I take what's mine, then I leave behind. I'm a lonely, hard feline.
I take what's mine and I leave behind.